G'day folks, Tony again here for more Let's Play The Flame in the Flood. So we're a bit wet and it's very cold and the sun's going down, but we are at full temperatureometer or whatever the resource is called. So we might just have a poke around here while we're here, because every little bit counts, especially when there's some free fresh water. Nice. So more lumber would definitely be handy. We found 2 lumber in an old car before. Another couple of those would be very nice. Don't need those thin gloves. What a weird time of the game to be finding things like thin gloves. Devil's Trumpet, always welcome. Hello, Mr. Bear. I did see you there, but I wanted my poison meat. We don't really need to mess with a bear right now. Again, so many bears that we're starting to encounter here, but really don't see the need to be messing with them. Okay. What does that give us the opportunity to build? Some more of that would be handy. We have 3 of those, that's fine. Definitely want some more of that. Oops. How are we doing for everything else? I think we're not too bad. I'm going to eat that ash cake to free up that inventory slot. And off we go again. Which way? This way, I think. Look at that, so smooth. So do we have ourselves a marina here somewhere? Somewhere that we can use the lumber that we're finding to try upgrading to make some much needed repairs to our trusty raft. This home that we have been traveling in and on and with for quite a long time now. Let's have a poke around at this liquor store. Beautiful moody lighting happening. Seamster often has alcohol. Tell me all about it. So again, any quick easy things that we can loot here, I think, is probably all that we're looking for. We don't need to go hunting around absolutely everything. I hear wolves howling, so it's another good sign to not hang about here too long. Nuts and bolts, thank you very kindly. There they are. All right. The elder wolf, you say. I hear you, but no thank you. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here to not die, and battling the elder wolf at night in the rain does not sound like a way to maintain my state of being not dead. Whoa. Thought I'd made a grievous error there for a moment. Can't imagine this would be a very fun experience with it being this cold and raining this constantly. So even though we're decked out in some bear and wolf, perhaps not the most pleasant of times if this were the real world. And just like that, out comes the sun. All right. Fishing shack. Corro's Reach often has fishing line, hooks, and shelter. Anything I can use to make a stitching kit would be amazing. And rough schematics are also very welcome. Nice. Exactly what we're looking for. I really appreciate how picturesque those bait shacks are. Okay, what do we have now? What can we do now that we could not do before? We can make ourselves some stitching kits and free up some inventory, hopefully. So let's do that. We can make more of these things that we don't need right now. Alright, all good. We are plenty hydrated, we are plenty fed. Just need somewhere to patch up this raft. And when we do get somewhere where we can patch the raft up, it'd be nice to patch it all the way to full, to 100%. So we'll try ourselves a quick little loot run here again. Again, I can hear wolves. That wolf appears to be red. I don't know what that means, but I imagine it's not great. Have fun doing whatever you're doing. Aesop's teeth must be taking a real beating from grabbing that walking stick all the time. I don't really want to go poking around in the woods, given that there are now just apparently wolves everywhere all the time forever. So we'll steer clear of that. We'll stay over here on this more lazy, languid, fluid side of the river. So trying to roll through in my mind now where the heaviest point of stress was in playing this particular run through of the game. Looks like a marina there that we can go to. And I'd say probably about a third of the way along to where we are now, when I wasn't quite sure if I was going to have enough food and or water and or warm clothes. And it did alternate a little bit backwards and forwards between those major things as areas of concern. Let's see, we can make ourselves a water purifier now, so let's do that. Ta-da! So the only thing we haven't built yet is a stove. We've already got the schematics, we just need hardware and frames for that. So that sounds pretty fair, and we're going to do, hopefully, 2 repairs. No, we don't have enough for 2. Well, that's still better than none. So hardware and framework. Let's see if we can get some of that hardware underway now. We can indeed get a couple of those done. Although I might just leave those nuts and bolts spare in case we need to do more repairing of the raft at a later stage. Alright. I would say just a little further, but I honestly have no idea how much further we're talking about here to get to the 10th and presumably final zone. Metropolis. Often has raft upgrade supplies, always has workbenches. Nice. Possibly has wall-to-wall wolves or snakes or snake wolves. Speaking of snakes. And speaking of, whoa, look out, nearly didn't see that. Speaking of wolves, I can hear them howling around too. Shoo. What can we loot quickly while we can? I hear a wolf fighting a pig somewhere. Sumac I don't really need. Come on. No, that sounds like a bear, actually. Don't really need that. Sure. What am I doing? I need a steel knife soon, so let's get that done. So we don't have to stress about that. That bear is really going for it, wherever it is. Ah, there it is, right there. Thank heavens I didn't nearly run into that snake as I ran away. Okay. So again, what does that give us that we couldn't really do before? Is there anything urgent? Not really. Still have plenty of jerky. I have so much jerky I can eat. We're all good. Water 17%. Alright, I don't have to worry about collecting water anymore. That's just kind of naturally doing itself as it rains. Which is lovely. But I am awfully, awfully cold. It is the dead of night. And it's raining. And I'm wet. And I'm ill-equipped. And I actually think this might be a problem. Because I was expecting there to be another place that I could pull aside. Okay, it's warmed up mighty fast. The Gulf. Open water, nowhere to stop. What? Well, if that's the case, I'm glad that it's daytime and that it's warm. We seem to have some power lines over there. And the screen has letterboxed itself. And we have an end of the film music track that sounds like it started up. So I have a suspicion that we might have made it. And I'm going to have to try and talk at a reasonable rate of knots and reasonably loud over the top of this lovely gentleman singing here. Otherwise, there's probably going to be some sort of copyright notice that goes up on this particular video. But maybe that's unavoidable. So the camera has zoomed out way, way, way further than it has at any point here. Starting to notice a bunch of different things that we haven't seen before, like an actual ocean swell. Presumably the Gulf they're referring to here, if it is set in the south of the Americas, then it would be the Gulf of Mexico. And a series of larger scale props that we haven't seen before. Looks like fishing trawlers, high tension power lines. I don't really know how long this sequence is going to go for, but I assume that we are heading towards the aforementioned kingdom. And also, I assume that given the fact that all of our UI has disappeared, we're also immortal. Because if I was if I was paddling out into the Gulf of Mexico in the rain at night on a raft constructed in such a fine fashion as this, I know that I would feel completely invulnerable. And I believe what I can hear in the actual lyrics of this song is the title of the game being referenced. The Flame and the Flood. Let's listen carefully together. I wonder if I can just do strong paddles infinitely. Yes, it was the Flame and the Flood. All right. So from the fact that I'm mashing the square button here and I'm not just able to paddle forever, feels like all of our in-game metrics are still active. And that appears to be where I'm supposed to go to. It would be nice if I could actually get there. There we go. Indeed, we are at the kingdom. Presumably, we're not about to get mauled by anything. Oh my goodness, look at all these things. This little castle, brightly lit sunshine. Everything in the world is arranged in a straight line up the screen. So definitely leading us to... Ooh, hello. A row of rucksacks, each bearing the same emblem as the bag Aesop bought you. Nice. A large collection of Aesop Juniors, by the looks of things. Canine Manifest. Bosco, returned from the east, no handler. Tipper, awaiting new deployment, anxious. Lou, intractable, ill-mannered, unsuitable for field work. Nice. Rosie, in the field, Southlands. Aesop, sent north, presumed lost. I've got some good news for you. That is not the case. Rabbits, boars, corn, all of the cool things. What a lovely reveal. And what awaits inside? Tell us, traveller. What's out there? A lot of death, but not for us. So that is the end of the Let's Play, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in and coming along on that journey. We did much better that time around than we did on our first effort, simply by dropping that difficulty level down a little bit. So I'm going to skip over these credits, even though there were lots of fine people who worked on the game, and they should all be appreciated. But I do want to have a look at this map to see this journey that we went on, because it's a reasonably long way. So events that happened along the way are marked here. A wide variety of locations that we stopped at, areas that we steered through, and particular events or good and bad things that happened along the way. And it has been quite a journey. So the day survived. It's 37. The record from my previous plays, by the looks of it, is 55, and we travelled 39.3 miles. The record 39.7. So close. So that's where we're going to call it, everybody. Thank you so much for watching again. Please like, comment, or better yet, subscribe to the channel below. And my Twitter handle is @Kalinscald. That's KALINSKALD. So keep your eyes peeled on the channel for whatever it is that I end up playing next. But for this time around, thank you so much for watching. Let's play The Flame in the Flood.